All right, Shalom. For the folks, we give our praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Harakah, Kwadash, Brakatham. Double honors to the apostles in the elevated millstone, and to all I can across the globe, preaching and pushing the word in truth and sincerity. I want to say Shalom. This is Adayanawa from the Great Millstone Camp of Chicago with another lesson. All right, and I was watching Slovakia. Damn, I knew that was going to happen. Damn, why are you doing that? I was watching this video posted by the Manat Akbar, and just inspired me to do a lesson, man. Well, just get into it, man. Esau's a damn joke. Let's get it. As usual, Esau shit don't work.
History and in different cultures, and I learned something about white people. I learned that we invented credit, and like taking credit for things that like maybe you shouldn't have. And this is how it started. I think like one day we saw another race with some really cool invention, and we got a little nosy, and we were like, "Hey, who invented this thing?" And they were just like, well, it doesn't matter who made it. What matters is we can all use it and appreciate it. And we were like, oh. Well, if it doesn't matter who made it, let's just say white people made it. You're right, white man on the bottom of this. And we've used this logic for many inventions in history, like, I don't know, like rock and roll, Jesus, you name it. And that logic is kind of how white people got to this country. Like one day we were like, hey, Indians. And they were like, who's that? We're like, it's you guys. Hey, Indians, whose land is this? And they were like, what? Nobody owns this land. And we were like, oh. Well, if nobody owns this land, let's just say white people own this land. As a matter of fact, you need to get off my land. Really?
All right, so you just heard this comedian, basically just told the truth, man. All right, he went into the way of thinking about these Edomites, man. You know how they will take credit for things that they didn't do. You know, they take credit for the pyramids. All right. When they portray them in the movies, you know, they don't do it so much now. But I know when I was coming up, the Egyptians were white. You know, the Ten Commandments movie and a lot of those old 70s movies, they portrayed themselves as being Egyptians, man. All right, they portrayed like to watch the Lone Ranger and Rawhide and them old school black and white cowboy movies. They started having Edomites as cowboys, man. All right, they take credit for the Jack Daniel's whiskey, which was invented by Uncle Nearest. All right, Kentucky Fried Chicken, which is the recipe we know was Jake, man. Ain't no Edomite cooking chicken like that, And they take credit for everything, man. The GPS, and when I say taking credit, this doesn't always mean they lied. They also suppress the information about who the actual inventors are, man. All right, and that's his MO, man. It says this is Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. It says, "Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors," man. Now here we are, fast forwarding to 2021, and they still are suppressing information. They're hiding the true facts. You have to dig and dig and dig and dig to find the truth. All right, because they're not blatantly putting the truth out of the information out readily to make it readily available for the people, man. They don't consider the fact that we built the White House, that we built this country, and so-called made it great for them, man. All right. There's no credit given to anything Jake do unless they're dribbling the basketball, all right, or making Esau laugh, man. You know, you say call lands after their own name. Psalms 49:11. It says, "The inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, the dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names, man. You know, and I think that's what he's done, man. You know, he went to these places, all right, conquered the people, destroyed their heritage, um, put them in subjection, all right, and call their lands after the name, man. And we already know, African or Africa and America, and, all these little places, man. Columbus, Ohio, Washington, all right, Asia, all right, and that's what they've done, man. They go to places and take the indigenous people out, all right, try to wipe them out through a disease, through violence, or through their so-called democracy, and take the land for their own possession, man. There's some let me see. They said a violent take it by force. Matthew 11:12, and from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffers violence, and the violence take it by force. Right, that's during the time, going to Habashai in the Roman persecution. But now we're still in the Roman persecution, man, under the Edomites, man. All right, which are here in America. All right, and we do. And Gad took this got the land taken away by violence. All right, the Edomites, these what they call them, the Pilgrims. All right, Christopher Columbus and them. They didn't come over here peacefully, man. All right, they came over here with diseases, with a plan to overtake the land. All right, and to have the natives wiped out. You know. We're gonna get to the second part of the video. Gonna be long. I just want to do a quick hit while
insulting to me. And after I did that, I realized, wow, I shouldn't have. I had no right to do that. That was not professional. It not only was not professional, it was not human. About a week later, another incident occurred, and I used more force than I needed. After the guy was handcuffed, I grabbed him, I pushed him up against the wall, and I said, "Don't you dare say that to me again. Do you understand?" And I realized this is a disease I'm starting to develop.
The hunt for black people, as he calls it, is part of a racist system that he condemns today. The first thing he denounces is the quota of arrest imposed on U.S. police in many large cities. This race for numbers pushes them to stop black people for no reason.
I heard the man say that he's a former police officer. I believe in Philadelphia, as he's gonna talk about later. But he said that they were basically hunting black people, man. All right, and we know this is the truth, because it still goes on to this day, man. All right, they came to the west coast of Africa, all right, in concert with the Hamites, in concert with the Spaniards, all right, in concert with Ishmael too, to bring the tribes, mainly the Southern Kingdom, over here to Egypt. Egypt, but America, all all right, to serve this slavery, man. And when they got here over the years, all right, they've always been hunting us, man. All right, this is a quick precept. This is Lamentations 4 and 10. They hunt our steps, that we cannot go into our streets. Our end is near. Our end is near. Our days are fulfilled, for our end is come, man. All right, and that's what they've done, man. They oversaturate our neighborhoods with the police. All right, and for any wrongdoing, okay, any slight of a slight breaking of their so-called laws, all right, they bustle you, put on their lights, and speed down the block, all because you turned on the yellow, man. You know, or your headlight is out, and let's not get into all the recorded police murders in which it is unprovokingly being unprovoked by the so-called suspect, and they go off and start shooting them, man. Following them around. The Trayvon Martin, the dude followed him around. You know, not my man, but he's selling loose cigarettes, which, you know, it's going off, but it doesn't require you getting in a chokehold and getting choked to death, man. You know? Going into no-knock warrants, not identifying themselves as officers and going in and shooting in people's homes, man. All right? They hunt our steps. I'm going to get one more real quick. Jeremiah 5 and 6, wherefore a lion out of force shall slay them, and the wolf of the evening shall spoil them. A leopard shall watch over their cities. Every one that goeth out then shall be torn in pieces, because their transgressions are many, and their backslidings are increased. All right, it's all up to our all because of our disobedience. Okay, but guess what? Our disobedience doesn't absolve Esau from getting judged, man. All right? Our going off does not give Esau reprieve on his judgment. Okay? And a leopard watching over our cities, man, what is a leopard? All right, a leopard is the quietest hunter in the animal kingdom, man. All right, he doesn't make a noise when he's hunting. He got special padding on his paws to where he doesn't crack branches. He doesn't crush leaves. Okay, he got one of the powerfulest bites in the animal kingdom, man. He's very patient. He can climb trees. He can run up to almost a pretty good speed. Okay, and that's what these Edomites are. They're leopards, man. All right. You know, they hunt. They're sneaky. All right, they lay in the back of church buildings and parking lots with the lights off. All right, and wait for you to come out the club. All right, and pull you over, and there you go with your night, man.
Quotas lead to arrests for no reason. Minorities have no one to call if they're wrongly arrested. The white person will call their local political committee man or person. They'll call the parents, perhaps, of a teenager, will call the local politician. Yo, what's going on here? My child was arrested just because he didn't have his license. Why didn't you just tell him to go home and get his license? And things like that.
You heard him say that the whites have somebody to call, right? And the blacks don't. Get it real quick in Job. Psalms on Salakia. This is one of Job too. Psalm 73 and 4. I'm gonna start at 5. Start at Sort of 1 and read down. It says, truly the Most High is good to Israel, even to such as are of a clean heart. But as for me, my feet were almost gone. My steps had well nigh slipped. For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. All right, and we do see the prosperity of the wicked, man. All right, there's 2 sets of rules. All right, but really 1 set of rules. All right, one for Esau, none for us, man. All right. It says, verse 4, for there is no bands in their death, but their strength is firm, man. Right, man. They don't get persecuted and slapped to the electric chair for nothing they do, man. All right, they don't get 30 years, all right, for being a repeat offender in violation of parole for a bag of weed, man. All right. It says, verse 4 or verse 5, they are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men, man. You know, like you said, man, a white kid to get pulled over, call his mom, call the councilman, all right, and raise a fucking fuss, all right. You know, they can get away. You know, the brother Yanagi tell a story all the time, you know, about his lawyer, you know, about a lawyer friend that he had in the world. He would ride around with fucking pounds of weed in his car, and the brother asked him, like, aren't you scared? And the lawyer said, dude, I'm white, you know. I worked with Edomite in my job. His dad was a retired sheriff, and he would drive his dad's car, drunk, high off pills and shit, crash the car. All right, cops come, and they'll tell him to go home. We'll handle it, you know. It says, verse 6 says, therefore pride compasses them about as a chain, violence covers them as a garment, man. And he told you, you know, he was telling you about the things that he would do. All right. You pull somebody over and ask them, well, what do I do? And first thing you do, get them out the car and handcuff them, man. Slam them up against the car door, all right, the trunk or the hood of the car, all right. It says, their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than their heart could wish. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily, man. All right. You know, and they have all the things they want, all the things they can desire, money can buy, so to speak. All right, but yet they bother the so-called worthless, insignificant Israelites, man. All right, if we're no threat, we're so inept at doing anything. All right, why are you worried about us? Because deep down, their spirit knows that we're the children of the Lord. All right, and we know we do possess a power, a strength. All right.
So the white person has more power. Black people have no connection to people in power. So you know there's not going to be any blowback on arresting a minority because they don't have any power to complain.
And African Americans are not only unjustly arrested, they are not treated with the same respect as white people are.
If you stop somebody from going through a light, you would say, hey, out of your car. Out of your car. Show me ID. You wouldn't say that. To a white person, you would go up and say, may I see your driver's license, please? And blacks know that. Blacks know when you go up and say, hey, out of your car, now. And then they say, well, what did I do? Oh, what did I do? Don't say that. Don't ask me why I'm stopping you. I said get out of the car. And that's right there, your first disrespect. And I saw that happening, and blacks know it's happening. They know it's not happening to white people, so automatically they start resenting the police. Just from little verbal commands, let alone the physicality of grabbing somebody and putting them in handcuffs while you check their ID. Unfortunately, when I would tell other officers, whoa, that's enough, then they would think, hey, what are you? N for the word. What are you, an N lover?
Since he retired, he campaigns openly against the racist behavior.
Deuteronomy 28:66. The life shall hang in doubt before thee. Thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have no assurance of life, man. All right, the most terrible thing a Jacob face is a goddamn cop, man. All right. And after that, it's a damn judge. All right. Our life hanging in doubt, man. All right. Us, and particularly the Israelite male, all right, has no comfort, has nowhere to run to, man. All right. Not only are we in fear of the niggards in the neighborhoods. All right. Also the police in the neighborhoods. Also the black woman in our neighborhoods. All right. If you dare leave our neighborhoods to go work in Bridgeview and get off at 11 o'clock at night, driving your car across the bridge, all right, you're definitely going to be scared, man, with your license and ID. You know, for those, Bridgeview's a town in Illinois, all right, surrounded by Justice and Stickney and a bunch of Edomites, man, a bunch of Edomite police who had no problem, all right, pulling your ass over at 1 in the morning and fucking you up, all right. And this is just part of the curses, man. And this is being shown through Esau Edom, man.
Behavior of the police. The former officer has even made a very explicit sign.
I'm asking police, end open season. Stop shooting black men, just like they're some kind of animal.
They wouldn't do that with a white?
No.
Why?
They devalue the black man. The black man is, well, let's put it this way. In driving down a street in Philadelphia on a hot Friday night in August, I was with a partner, and of course, a hot August night in Philadelphia, a lot of these people don't have air conditioning, and they're outside. So there's a lot of people outside on the steps in the street, and as we're riding down, my partner says, wow, the roaches are out tonight.
And you heard him, all right, this is Deuteronomy 28:37. That shall become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whether the Lord shall lead thee, man. All right, and this is our this is a normal way of thinking for the law enforcement here in America, man. All right, call them roaches, man. You wonder why you wonder why the Lord's gonna come back and destroy you, motherfuckers, man.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3.
Oh, that's it, you know. So with that, I want to say call halal, y'all, but I want to get this real quick. Psalm 64:8, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. All right, and that's what the Lord is doing, man. The Lord is really showing us through the words and through the mouth of Esau Edom, man. All right, that the thing that we're telling you is true, man. All right, they're speaking the truth. With that, I want to say call halal, y'all watch me out shy. Step out to the apostles and the elder great millstone. Till next time, shalom and a Bible ball.